What is up, everyone? All right, this is just going to be a quick video. I've hit 500 subscribers recently. I said I would do a live show, and I will be doing it on Saturday at 3:30 Eastern time. So be there. I'm not sure how long I'll go. I'll go probably a couple hours. We may sprint. I'll answer questions. I'll talk about random stuff and like the growth of my channel, and maybe I'll do some shout outs for people who are there, and yeah, we'll just chill, talk about whatever. I don't even know what we'll talk about, but it'll be fun. There might be pink wine, probably not too much though, because I have to do things in the evening, but yes, be there for that. And oh man, my booktube journey, my YouTube journey since when I started this channel, I wasn't even really a booktuber. It's been great. I have loved every moment of, well, every moment. That's a lot of moments. I've loved a lot of it, and I've met some great people. I know there's a lot of booktubers out there, but I do feel like I say extremely unique things about some books. Like sometimes I'm like, like I know like there's like the Brazilian politics joke, but I've like unironically made the comparison between like a random country's political history and like fantasy books. So yeah, I don't know. At least I'm unique in my own way. And yeah, it's been fun just expressing myself and meeting people. And the first thing I want to talk about just in this video very casually is my Discord. I love you guys. You're all amazing. Oh man, I'm gonna give the floor to some other people to talk about my Discord, because I'm like proud of my Discord in a weird way. I think it's a very like great place to be, if I do say so myself. But yeah, let's hear what others have to say.
And his Discord server. His Discord server is one of the safest places to talk about politics on BookTube.
His Discord is like a second home to me. I have so much fun hanging out on his Discord with everyone. He has created such a wonderful space.
But yeah, nothing warms my heart more than people liking my Discord, and I don't know why, but it just does. It feels like I've made the people's Discord, even though like I control it or like I'm like the whatever creator, but I feel like anyone can come in here, and I feel like we're approachable, but maybe not. But yeah, let's get to some more people saying nice things about me. This is a very awkward video to make. I don't know if anyone's done this video, but yeah, I just love getting the shout outs, and it always warms my heart because I always have, interesting like ongoing interactions with people when it comes to like inside jokes and stuff. Like I've mentioned like multiple, inside jokes in this video, and you'll get some of that in this next shout out. And, I just love it. It makes me feel like I'm like actually making friends. I don't know why, but, and oh, as far as inside jokes go, guys, I'm so funny. I'm going to explain why I'm funny, and I want everyone to acknowledge my funniness. Oh my gosh, why do I always make myself laugh? I don't know. I just love laughing, and let's let other people talk.
Next is Gregory Laperch. He's hilarious.
I also want to shout out Gregory Laperch, who is one of my favorite people to watch. He is just so funny and so intelligent and just so clever.
I'd also like to mention Gregory Laperch, because he is also funny. He did a book review dressed up as the Joker, and it's just like, what is going on here, Gregory? And I feel as though the majority of his content is literally in every video I get mocked. I get mocked for being British. When are you going to stop trolling me for being British? But it's so funny all the same. And then he had this one video where he said something mean about the British, so I was like, so I responded, and YouTube kept deleting my comment, and I was like, I think I tried to post it 3 times and it just kept getting deleted, and I was like, this is just not on. This is just a war between the Brits versus the Americans going on over here. Yes, I would recommend Gregory if you want some fun content as well. He's also a massive troll and hates all British people, so I don't know why we're friends. Well, I do, but I don't.
Oh man, trolling Abby is so fun. It brings my heart great joy to just mess with British people. Yeah, I just feel like I need to laugh sometimes because, my channel, it gets like a lot deeper. And in all of these shout outs, people talk about how I talk about politics, and, I talk about the real world and trying to make the real world a better place. And sometimes through fantasy, but sometimes through reading actual nonfiction books. Like I read Malcolm X this year. I just finished The Shock Doctrine, which I will do a review on next week. Later this year, I'm reading Nelson Mandela's autobiography. There's Manufacturing Consent, which I've often talked about as the most important book that anyone can read. Or that's very broad, but yeah, I think it's very important for understanding media and what you read in like nonfiction stuff to have read that book and understand how things get filtered into the news. And then there's A People's History of the United States, which again, very important if you live in the United States to understand the history, but not just like the history that you've learned, but like the history of working people and the history of like indigenous people and Black people and all the people. It's like a weird guilty pleasure of mine. I don't know if this is very weird, but like when people talk about me talking about politics, and those are the people who like don't talk about politics on their channel, but then they're talking about my channel, so they have to like talk about politics a little bit to like tell people everything I do. And it's just funny. And I'm sorry, Abby. I'm sorry. I've got to show people this because it just makes me laugh. And I'm sorry.
He is also very much into political books, so real world politics, which isn't me at all. But if you're very much branching out of fantasy and you're going into fact, then he reads definitely like one fact book, one non-fiction book a month, if not more than that. He really enjoys looking at the real world and exploring that. So if you're interested in either like epic fantasy or non-fiction, then definitely check out Gregory's channel.
Fact books. There's an entire fact book section in my Discord because of that quote, which is very funny. But it's definitely not just Abby who has like some awkward moments when talking about me talking about politics. It's like everyone has like that little like moment of hesitation, maybe I could call it. And it's like extremely subtle. And I feel like only I notice it because I'm like curious, you know, what people are going to say. And David's book reviews also gave me like a phenomenal shout out as well. And he's, you know, a friend. I mean, like all these people are friends, obviously, but I definitely appreciate their, you know, longer shout outs. I love the longer shout outs. I don't know about you guys, but you know, during Christmas time, the holidays, there was the Booktube Gratitude Tag. That's what it was. And oh man, I just loved that so much. I did that tag. You guys know me. I don't usually do tag videos, but that one was very fun to just you know, spread the love, I guess. Not only just to get people to know about other channels, because that's like the main like reason for shout outs, but I'm not like interested in like endless subscriber growth. I mean, like, again, subscribers are cool, but you know, it's not my number one concern, of course. At the end of the day, to me, it's more about how I use the subscribers and, you know, the community I make and stuff like that. And I feel like these longer form shout outs are a good way for me to give compliments and praise to people, and also a good way for me to receive praise from people. And yeah, they just make me happy. So I'm going to give some longer form shout outs. Obviously, like I mentioned, David's book reviews, Abby Salter, Library of Alexandria, and Lyra, but she's somewhat retired from Booktube. But I will link all 4 of their channels down below. They're great. Follow them. But now it's time for me to give shout outs. And these are all folks that are a little smaller channel wise than me, but I think they're all great, and yeah, you should follow these channels. So the first one I want to talk about is Alicia Guzman. I discovered Alicia's channel late last year, and she's just like the nicest, kindest person when I talk to her. In addition to that, her content and the way she kind of puts herself out there, I feel like she's trying to, you know, give off like a good booktube to work to life balance, which sometimes I don't do phenomenally at, because, you know, sometimes I'm like on Discord all day. You guys know this. And it's fun, you know, but sometimes it's like, all right, now I've got to actually read. Or it's like, wow, I've been watching maybe too many booktube videos, and like maybe I should watch something else and like branch out a little bit. Or maybe I should go outside and clear my head. And Alicia's like videos and the way she presents to the world. I feel like she's very good at doing that. Also, her takes on books are phenomenal. She reads a bit of everything, which is also impressive to me. Again, the whole balance thing. She's like the most balanced booktuber I know. But yeah, just so thoughtful when she talks about books, and she does kind of the thing that I do with the talking about like fantasy books and then like incorporating real world issues in, and like talking about all genres of books. So that is something that I like and appreciate. And yeah, just a lovely person. Oh, she's also bilingual and has done some reviews in Spanish, which is very cool. I mean, to me, as a very untalented English speaker who doesn't know any other languages, I'm jealous. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, moving along. Up next, Jim's books, reading, and stuff. He's great. He's like the cool uncle that we all want to have, and he definitely has some creative content sometimes, and he also reads kind of widely as well, similar to Alicia, and he's well traveled, and he used to be a stand-up comedian, and everyone who used to be a stand-up comedian, I feel like, I don't know, has like seen the world in an interesting way. But yeah, I love Jim. I love his content. He was the only person reading No Logo around the time I was, which is kind of like a more obscure Naomi Klein book, so that's how I got to know him. And yeah, he's just a nice person. And he's just very smart as well, and well-traveled, like I said. He's got like the aged street smarts that only a former comedian can provide, I think. Up next, we've got Andrew from Get Right In. Okay, also, I should say this. I don't watch like 100% of everyone's videos, and Andrew definitely falls in this category. So sorry, Andrew. But when I talk to Andrew, he's just like a very nice person, and he's the master of discussions, I think. And he has like a lot of discussions on his channel between readers and writers, authors and writers, and readers, whatever. Some combination of those three words. And he's very good at it. He's like both a good facilitator, he's a great listener, he's pretty funny, he can laugh, he can say serious things, he can bring his life and worldview into the things he talks about, which is very cool. And yeah, go Andrew from Get Right On In. I don't know if I said Get Right On In the first time. Did I get his channel name wrong? I don't even know. Up next, we've got Grace Dion, who has the most French last name ever. I want to see French Allen. I want to see French Allen say Grace's last name, because it'll be like, Grace Dion. I don't know what situation will come about where he says her name in his French voice. Grace is like the best at laughing. I'm like very guilty of laughing at my own jokes as well. And, oh man, when I showed my grandma my YouTube channel, she was like, oh wow, you're like so talkative. Like, where's this in real life? You're so much like more reserved, and you're so well spoken and stuff. And she was giving me compliments, but she's like, why do you laugh at your own jokes? And I'm like, I don't know. I just laugh. And I feel like Grace is in the same boat I am, where we just like laugh at ourselves sometimes. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. This is the weirdest compliment ever. But, she's always smiling. And, like, when I talk to her on Discord, obviously you can't see facial expressions in Discord, but she always has, like, the same, like, happy demeanor. And she's, like, a smart cookie as well. She's getting her master's in reproductive biology. I think that's right. So, yeah, the brains and the laughing. Very good combination. Up next, we can't talk about Grace without talking about Katie without an E, who is Grace's friend and also a very like happy, smiley, laughy, approachable person. And I've got to give her credit because she seems like the most fearless, booktuber or like new booktuber, even if she's like nervous about making a new video. Because we all are, right? To one extent or another. It depends on the video, obviously. Look, I've had some crazy nerves before a video's been published. But I remember my first videos, and it's like, is anyone going to care? And am I saying this right? But sometimes you just got to make the video, publish it, and the chips will fall where they may. Is that a expression? I have no idea. But yeah, she was very fearless entering my own Discord as well. We have the death battles, which are probably pretty like weird and intimidating for new people, but she came in and like death battled me, and then she was making Star Wars jokes about having the high ground, and I'm like, yes, why can't all the new younglings that join my Discord be exactly like you, Katie? So yeah, likable person, fun channel. I see more of myself in her than anyone else probably on this list in terms of our like booktube journey. I don't know about like too much about her personal life, obviously. And yeah, just a warm person that everyone should go subscribe to. Up next, we've got Kate, the Almost Book Doctor, who's another one of those people, smart and can laugh. I think there's like a trend on this list. But yeah, I remember when I discovered her, it was like very early in her channel. Obviously, her channel's pretty young at this point, but it was her Senlin reviews, and she didn't miss a damn thing. Like, I'm jealous. I can't not read a book and just remember everything the way she did, and that was crazy. Maybe I'm just reading too many books now, and I'm like too engrossed in booktube that I'll like forget like a main character's name or like, you know, like the main city that they're in sometimes, and I like have to pause the video and like look it up. But it's not even just like those little things. She'll be like, this interaction from here corresponds with this interaction over here, and that's why I think this will happen in the world. And I don't want to hear her predictions for the 4th book of Senlin Ascends, which is coming out in this fall, because she'll like somehow know exactly what's going to happen, and it'll be spoiled for me before she even reads the book. She'll know what's like happening. She definitely has the tinfoil hat on to block out all the stormlight from getting in the way of her making awesome prediction. Lastly, we've got Evie from She Was Only Evie, and Evie kind of reads a wide variety of stuff. She likes classics. She likes Jane Austen. These are things that I don't know very much about at all, but we both love Senlin. We both love Josiah Bancroft. There's some common ground there. And also, just her as a person, I definitely co-sign on to her. We're both massholes, so, you know, similar personality there. But we're not from Eastern Mass. We're like decaffeinated a little bit from like the normal like masshole persona. And guys, I'm sure you in college, or maybe you're still in college and have this friend, but in college you had this friend who you would be like trying to organize something, right? It would be like maybe you're like organizing a large gathering of sorts, and it's like, all right, these are the people that I'm gonna invite, and I'm only gonna invite this many because like I don't want it to be like too like over the top, and like I only have room for like 50 people, and like anything else like might be a little too crazy. And then like here's your friend, meanwhile, who's like, oh no, like we could do whatever, like 500 people, let's go. And I remember having like a bar book and like looking for like a specific drink to make like just a massive amount of that drink. And I was trying to like make the proportions correct and stuff. And I was like halfway through, and then my friend just takes like the bottles of everything and is just like pouring stuff and not measuring it at all. And I'm like, oh my God, don't do that. And Evie is like the booktube version of that. She's like, oh, you guys want like 7 live shows in 3 days? Like, yeah, like we could do that. Like, it's fine. And it's like, oh, you guys want to like join this live show? And it's like, yeah, like let's have like 12 people here and like it'll work out. And that's just Evie's personality on booktube. And like during her live shows and reading sprints and stuff, she's just like the one who will make everything work and make everyone feel welcomed and not like exclude anyone, as far as I know, at least. So yeah, she's great. And she's just like that crazy friend that we all had in college who will make any like party that seems like it's going to be too crazy totally work and not worry too much about like the planning and stuff. And I say crazy as like a compliment. So yeah, go subscribe to Evie because she reminds me of one of my friends from college. Man, these sales pitches are getting weirder and weirder. I may have to end this. Also, yeah, my Discord mods, they're great. Potato Brarian and Charmaine, oh my gosh. No one will keep me in check more than they will. Potato Brarian has a channel, and you know, she's like the most, but both my mods are great. In all seriousness, I'm like giggling and stuff, but that's just because we've gone through all the good times, I think. They're really like the sisters I never had. In terms of the amount of crap we give each other, certainly, we're like siblings, but they're very smart and very good people, and I love being in Discord with them every day. So yeah, follow Charmaine on Instagram and follow Potato Brarian on Booktube, even though she's not like a super avid booktuber. When she does read books and talk about them, she's pretty good at it. And she doesn't care about the whole thumbnail thing and stuff. Like, you know, like some people are like, oh, I'm like a booktuber now. I'm like on YouTube. I've got to like create thumbnails and like learn how to like fix my audio and like make the thumbnail brightness up with the contrast and like the blah blah blah. And Potato Brarian's like, hey guys, it's Amy and welcome back to my cave. That was an unfair impression. I think my audio quality was way too good for this to be an Amy video. I think that's the first time I've impersonated someone from my Discord. So this is great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is so fun. I've got to do this more. Oh, and that Booktube Gratitude Tag, which I mentioned earlier, that tag was done by Meredith. So I will link her channel as well because, yeah, that was such a great idea. And like the video Abby did to do specific shout outs was actually a video that Elliot Brooks originally did to do shout outs, where Elliot and Abby said, if you like this book, try this booktuber. And that was like a fun way to do shout outs as well. And yeah, I just like these shout outs. I don't know why. But yeah, everyone like, comment, and subscribe to all these other channels. They're great. And that's everything. See you guys next time.